If you don't think that Mark Wahlberg, making two movies that were released within the space of 5 months of each other, both directed by Berg, and both about American heroes surviving modern-day real-life tragedies, aren't similar films that need side-by-side comparison like this, then you don't deserve any of this true story Marky Mark goodness. I remember, that was a good year of cinema for me personally. I thought between like September 2016 to May 2017, that year of university for me, good times, because it was so long ago. I don't know, it feels like it right now. It was awesome for cinema because I really love both La La Land and Hacksaw Ridge, and you had these two, and you had a bunch of other really great films coming out that I was just kind of like, shit, son! It really kicked off that year in September with Deepwater Horizon, and then 5 months later, Patriots Day came out, and I went, holy shit, Mark Wahlberg is really on a roll right now. And then I realised Berg had directed them both, and I kind of went, frick, that is crazy. Two massive blockbusters like that, starring the same guy, directed by the same guy, coming out with 5 months in the same half year. It's just crazy. So I just decided after seeing them again recently, you know what? We're going to need to give each a 1 minute review to decide which of these truly has the edge. So let's talk Deepwater. Deepwater Horizon is based upon the true tragedy of the Deepwater Horizon. Yeah. It was the drilling rig where the BP oil disaster began when it exploded in 2010. The rig explodes, and we see Mark Wahlberg, Kurt Russell, John Malkovich, among others, as they play real-life people trying to escape the rig with their lives as it explodes. When it goes up, the thing is just, it's this astounding disaster movie to watch. It's mortifying and terrifying, especially because you know it was based on a true life story. But it's also just like, it's unbelievable. It's got this amazing cast, it's based on a truly tragic, heart-wrenching story, and it's got all of the thrilling action that you could possibly handle, to the point where you're using like a maximum 10% of your seat. Here is my 1 minute review for Deepwater Horizon. It is one of the most intense disaster movies ever. It was really like watching them just pull this spring back as far as it can possibly go, and you're just kind of watching going, holy shit, how much further can that thing go back? And then when it finally snaps, it just goes, and you're like, ah! Like, it's unbelievable how much they can keep you interested and enthralled for, I mean, it must have been a good hour before the first explosion goes off, you know? It takes its time, but that's what's amazing about it, and it's so helped in all of the emotional factors by being a true story, you know? That wrenches you, you know? It's that next level of intensity that can't be achieved outside of a true story. The Deepwater tale is mortifying to think about in real life, but the film is an astounding piece of action that you just can't take your eyes off. It's got that fantastic cast, the message about the aftermath, and the action throughout that is just pitch perfect all the way. I'm giving this one 91 out of 100. I love Deepwater Horizon, okay? It is, in my mind, I think the best disaster movie ever. But if you want to throw something into the ring against it, you've got a pretty good shout with Patriots Day. Mark Wahlberg stars as a Boston police officer, which is a role that just feels very fitting for Mark Wahlberg, doesn't it? That just seems like he was born to play a Boston police officer. He's guarding the finish line area when the Boston Marathon bombing goes off in 2013, which is, that's pretty solid turnover to have a movie out just 4 years after it happened, huh? Anyway, the film primarily surrounds Wahlberg and others as they investigate the aftermath and try to find the terrorists responsible, which is its own incredible thrill ride, you know? It's one of those films that starts off with such a big bang that you're kind of like, whoa, how can it top that as it builds towards a finale? And yet somehow it does. This is less of a pure disaster movie and more of a kind of investigative thriller, you know, tense, dark manhunt style stuff for the majority of the film, but it's equally heart-wrenching to Deepwater just by virtue of you get more time seeing Wahlberg kind of reacting to this and just breaking down at times because of what he's seen, which, you know, you only kind of got that near the end of Deepwater. It's an intriguing blending of genres. It has some incredible intimate moments that again couldn't be produced by anything but a true story movie. But can it match Deepwater? Here is my 1 minute review for Patriots Day.
Wrap our arms around each other. I don't think there's any way that they could ever win.
This is, in a different way, amazing, okay? Where Deepwater has the kind of build, release. This has like a quick build, big release, and then kind of deals with what comes next. And that doesn't sound as exciting, but in this case, it works. It's got that action, that furious way it takes off at the beginning of the film with the bombing. And it's, whoa, you know, for the next like 15 minutes after it happens, you're just glued. And then it kind of calms down. You're kind of wondering, how is it going to stay so interesting and keep going so well for the next like hour and a half? But not only does it do that, it really nails it. It's an amazing look at how these kinds of things work, you know? And no, I'd be surprised if Mark Wahlberg's character, that the real person, was actually involved this much in the manhunt afterwards, but whatever, it's fine. So I'm giving this one 86 out of 100. Not quite gonna match Deepwater, but that's two fantastic films. And that's all for this versus 1 minute review. What do you guys want to see pitted against each other in that way next time? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe. Oh god, please subscribe. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments also which you prefer out of Deepwater and Patriots Day, or if you just hate them both, in which case I don't like you very much.